He sold his fate for 10,000 gold coins. By sunrise, he had lost everything. In the time when the great trading cities of the continent rose like stone giants from the mist, when merchant princes ruled the squares and the scent of spices drifted through cobblestone streets, there stood the city of Aurelia, the jewel of the northern sea. Its towers touched clouds, its harbor never slept, and in the heart of its cloth district, where banners of scarlet and gold marked the houses of commerce, there lived a man named Julian Blackwood. He was not merely a merchant, he was a master of the trade. Silks from the east, velvet from the south, wool from the highland sheep, and the finest linen, Julian dealt in them all. He could feel the weight of a fabric and know its origin. He could smell the wind from the harbor and predict which cargo would fetch triple its price by week's end. Where other men saw cloth, Julian saw the invisible threads of commerce itself, weaving fortune from mere thread. He owned 3 warehouses along the Canal of Merchants and a manor overlooking the Grand Plaza. But there was something else that set Julian apart, something that made the other merchants whisper behind their hands. When he passed, Julian did not believe in fortune, success. He would declare in the guild halls, his voice carrying over the murmur of the crowd, is forged by wit and will. The so-called fates are but comfort for the weak. I built my empire, stone by stone, deal by deal. No phantom spun my thread, no cosmic hand guided my pen. I am the architect of my own destiny. When the elders cautioned him to show gratitude, to acknowledge that luck played its part, Julian would laugh, a sharp sound like breaking glass. Gratitude? To whom? To what? The wind? The stars? About to no one and nothing. What I have taken. What I am, I have made. The older merchants shook their heads. Pride, they muttered. Pride walks before the fall. But Julian heard them not. He dwelt in a world of his own making, where he sat alone, at the center, the master of all. He surveyed. It was an evening, in late autumn. The sun bled gold across the canal waters, and the bells of the watch were ringing the hour, when a stranger entered Julian's warehouse. He appeared as if from nowhere. No footstep, no creaking door. He was old, with a face like weathered marble, and eyes the color of storm clouds over the sea. His hair and beard were white as mountain frost. He carried a black staff and a worn leather satchel. "Good evening, tradesman," the stranger said. His voice was quiet, yet it filled the space between the silk bolts. Julian looked up from his ledger, irritation flickering across his features. "The hour grows late. If you seek charity, the almshouses, 3 streets north. This is a place of business." The stranger smiled, not a comforting smile, but one filled with depths and secrets buried in time. "I do not beg," he said. "I am a traveler, a wanderer between places. I merely wished to rest my bones before continuing my journey." Julian waved a dismissive hand. "Sit then, but do not block my customers." The stranger settled into the corner, back against a roll of damask, staff across his knees, and closed his eyes. For a time, silence reigned. Julian scratched figures into his book, profits, losses. Then the stranger spoke, eyes still closed. "This house is yours alone?" "Mine," Julian replied, not looking up. "And not just this one. I hold 3 such warehouses in this city, and interests in 4 more across the sea. Fortune has been generous." Julian's pen stopped. "Fortune," he said, turning to face The old man had nothing to do with it. I was 4 when my father died. In the winter fever, my mother worked her hands to the bone. By 12, I was apprenticed to a wool merchant. By 20, I had my own cart. By 30, this. He gestured to the wealth surrounding them. This is the fruit of labor, of calculation, of refusing to accept the limits others placed upon me. The stranger opened his eyes. In their gray depths, something ancient stirred. So you believe there is no such thing as fate? No pattern woven before your birth? Absolutely not, Julian said. Fate is a story told to children. Men rise or fall by their own strength, nothing more. The stranger was silent for a long moment. Then he reached into his satchel and withdrew a leather purse. The setting sun caught on gold coins, gleaming like captured fire. 10,000 crowns, the stranger said softly. Julian's breath caught. 10,000, enough to open a 4th warehouse, enough to expand into the eastern markets. What of it? Julian asked, voice steady, despite his racing heart. I wish to buy your fate. Julian blinked. I beg your pardon? Your fate, your destiny, the pattern of your life, as it might have been, written in the stars. The stranger's voice remained calm. If fate is but a fiction, as you claim, then you lose nothing. You gain 10,000 crowns for nothing. A word on paper, an empty concept. Julian's mind raced. He knew a trick when he smelled one, yet 40 years of denying superstition held him. Explain yourself, Julian demanded. The stranger produced a scroll of yellowed parchment, quill, and ink the color of dried blood. Write these words. I, Julian Blackwood, do hereby sell my entire fate, joy and sorrow, wealth and poverty, health and sickness, triumph and ruin, to this traveler, for the sum of 10,000 crowns, all that might have been destined for me, I freely surrender. Julian stared at the parchment. This is madness. Is it? The stranger tilted his head. You say fate does not exist. I offer gold for something you claim is imaginary. Either you are wrong and fear to discover it, or you are right and gain a fortune for a breath of air. Which is it? Master Blackwood? Are you a man of conviction, or merely a man of words? The challenge hung in the air like smoke. Julian's pride, the pillar of his entire existence, would not allow retreat. Give me the quill, Julian said. He wrote the words. His hand did not shake. He signed with a flourish and pressed his merchant's seal into the wax. The stranger took the parchment, read it twice, folded it with care, and placed it in his satchel. He set the purse of 10,000 crowns upon the desk. Count them if you wish, the stranger said. I do not cheat. Julian counted. 10,000. Exactly. The stranger rose, gathering his staff. He moved toward the door, then paused. When he turned, his eyes caught the last light of the dying sun. Remember this, Julian Blackwood. Pride is the architect of its own prison, and every debt, in time, comes due. Then he was gone, simply absent, as if the shadows had swallowed him whole. Julian stood alone, the weight of gold in his hands, a strange hollowness in his chest. He shook it off. He had won. He had proven his point and been paid for the privilege. He laughed, the sound bouncing off the stone walls. What a fool the old man was. What a splendid, magnificent fool. The next morning, Julian woke before dawn, whistling as he walked to his largest warehouse, already planning the expansion. But a crowd had gathered. His foreman ran to him, face pale. Master Julian, news from the Eastern Road. Your caravan, the one with the silks, was attacked. A black rock pass. Brigands took everything. The cargo is gone. The world tilted. Julian gripped the door frame. How much? 300,000 crowns. Worth, sir? Perhaps more. Julian steadied himself. A setback. Nothing more. We have insurance. We will recover. But recover he did not. 3 days later, a summons came from the magistrate's court. His old rival, Marcus Thorne, accused him of fraud, adulterated cloth, false witnesses, samples bearing Julian's seal. The magistrate ruled against him 50,000 crowns fine and 3 months suspension of his trading license. Julian paid with everything, including the stranger's gold. He sold the canal warehouse, dismissed half his servants. His wife packed her trunks and left. 3 months later, the world had moved on. Customers gone. Reputation poisoned. No great house would buy from Julian Blackwood. Then came the fire. By dawn, his remaining warehouse was ash. Julian sold his manor, his horses, his furniture, the clothes off his back. Friends turned away. His wife never returned. Within a year, Julian Blackwood, who once owned half the cloth in Aurelia, owned nothing but rags and hunger. 3 years passed. He became a ghost, haunting the streets. He once ruled, sleeping in doorways, begging for crusts. On a winter night, when snow fell like ash from a dead fire, Julian huddled beneath the arch of the Temple of the Three Graces. He was 45, but looked 70. His hands shook. His belly had forgotten fullness. He looked up at the stone faces of the Graces, and for the first time in his life, tears ran down his cheeks. What have I done? He whispered. What pride? What monstrous, damnable pride? The snow fell. His voice rose, broken and raw. I denied you. I denied that anything greater than myself moved in this world. I thought myself the master of my course, the captain of my soul, and I was wrong. I was so terribly wrong. He wept until his voice gave out, until the tears froze on his face, until exhaustion pulled him into darkness. Months passed. Spring came. Julian sat in the corner where his first warehouse once stood, waiting for the end. Then he saw him, the stranger, leaning on his black staff, watching with storm-gray eyes. Julian's heart stirred. He stumbled across the square and fell at the old man's feet. You, he gasped. You are real. You were always real. Rise, Julian, the stranger said gently. I cannot rise. I am broken. I am nothing. I sold my fate for gold, and the gold turned to dust. Everything you warned me of has come to pass. I understand now. I am small. My will is not the final law. There are forces, fate, fortune, the turning of the great wheel, that shape our lives in ways we cannot command. The stranger reached into his satchel and withdrew the yellowed parchment. Take it, he said. Julian's hands trembled. But it is yours now. By my own word. My fate belongs to you. No, it was never truly for sale. Some things cannot be bought or sold, Julian. They can only be misunderstood. He placed a hand on Julian's shoulder. You needed to learn that humility is not weakness. Gratitude is not superstition. That a man may steer his boat with all his skill, yet he does not command the sea. Julian clutched the parchment. Who are you? What are you? The stranger smiled. That ancient knowing smile. I am a traveler, a reminder. Once I was like you. Now I walk the roads, offering lessons to those too certain of their own wisdom. He gave a smaller purse 500 crowns, enough to begin again, not as a prince, but as a man. But why help me? After everything? Because the lesson is only complete when the student becomes the teacher. Remember this path, Julian, when you rise again, and you will. Do not forget the man you were. In the snow, fortune turns her wheel for all men, high and low alike. He walked away until the morning mist swallowed him. Julian did begin again. He rented a small room above a tavern, bought a barrow of cheap cloth, and pushed it through the streets, calling his wares in a voice that no longer boasted, but simply offered. The first day, he earned 10 copper coins. He looked at them and whispered, "It is enough. It is more than I deserve." Months passed. The barrow became a cart, the cart a stall, the stall a shop. Within 5 years, he owned one warehouse on a respectable street. He was changed. He rose early to watch the sunrise and remember his smallness. When he succeeded, he spoke of luck and forces beyond control. When he failed, he accepted the lesson without rage. He married again, a woman of modest means, with kind eyes. They had children. He taught them perseverance and awareness, not pride. In his later years, Julian became known as a wise man. Young merchants came to hear his stories. "I will tell you the most important thing I know," he would say. "Work hard, plan well, use every gift the gods or fortune or chance have given you, but never believe you are the sole author of your success. The wind blows where it wills. You are a sailor, not the sea itself. Remember that, and you will be spared the lesson that nearly destroyed me."